everyone, it's Claire from Gods and Charmers here, and today I'm going to be showing you some of my crystal collection. A lot of you have asked, I'm finally going to do it. It's been a bit difficult because some of my pieces are really big, so I'm not going to show the largest pieces today. I'm going to have to figure out a way to move around because I can't lift them unless my husband comes and lifts them. I don't know, I'll figure it out. So I've kind of sectioned it down a bit, and we'll do it in like one part every couple of months or something. But bear in mind when you see my crystals as we go through and do the videos, I have been collecting for years. You don't need to go out and buy a million crystals all at once. I got my first crystals, which were tumblestones, when I was like 9. I'm now well into my 30s, and I've been buying crystals that whole time. So I have a large amount of crystals. So I just want to preface by saying you don't need all of the crystals at once. Just buy what you're called to. But these are some of mine and how I use them in my home. And I got to get comfortable because I'm not feeling comfortable today. Oh, there we go. Get it. A little shimmy. Let's get started. So, okay. In my opinion, a must-have for everybody's living room. If you can have one in your bedroom as well, fabulous. Is this mama? This is my Selenite sphere. It's big and it's bloomin' heavy. You can see how the light reflects off it. It is gorgeous. Selenite keeps the vibration in the space high. Low vibrations do not survive around it. It doesn't need clearing as often as other stones, and it loves to go out under the moonlight. Obviously, it gets its name from the moon goddess Selene. So selenite is one of my all-time favorites. It has several wishing rings around it. If you're in the closed group, you'll know what that means because we spoke about it in the videos that you guys got from the last crystal haul that I got for the shop. So this is a really favorite. This sits in my fireplace, like in the little hole that you would have a fire, but we don't have an active fireplace. It's more of a decorative one. So that sits right in the center there and keeps that whole room clear and the vibration nice and high. I think I got that one at the, what's that MBS show? Where is that? Olympia. Up at Olympia, I got that one several years ago. Another piece from my living room is this piece of ocean jasper. I love jasper. I think I shouted jasper really loud then, so I apologize for your ears. The front is polished, but the back and sides is completely raw and natural. If you see ocean jasper, I had some for the shop. It sold out insanely quickly. I will try and bring back more next time. It is mined out. It comes from one mine that is not easy to access. It's a seafront mine. You have to get there by boat at only certain times of the year. And the only stuff currently coming out of it, if anything at all, is low-grade, smaller pieces. So if you can get spheres or wands or large chunky tumbles or anything like this, grab it up because we don't know when we're going to have more. We currently have not found another mine and area to get this from. So a big favorite of mine. I have some in the bedroom, a large chunky tumblestone of it. It brings happiness and joy and just creates a beautiful atmosphere in your home. So that is her. Next, where should we go? I'm going to go to another sphere. I love spheres. Spheres are very easy to work with. They send energy out in all directions. You can learn some more about that in my video on cut and polished gemstones on the channel. This is a black tourmaline sphere. I got this for my birthday this year from my husband. I have wanted this particular this actual sphere for about 2 years. And the place that had it, I kind of put my stick on it so it wouldn't go anywhere. It's very naughty, but you know, witchies do witchy things, and it stayed. I'm well known for doing it, and a lot of the shop owners I know I'll do it. So if something's sticking and I often visit it, they know it's coming to me eventually. So he went and bought this for me. It is beautiful. You can see the quartz veining. You will always find that there is quartz veining. There's also some pink tourmaline. I think you see a speck of it there in this particular piece. You won't see a lot of these, particularly large ones like this, because the mines are not coming out with good... What was that? Was that a cat hair or a fly? Are not coming out with very high quality black tourmaline anymore. It has gone up in price dramatically, like the ocean jasper. So look out for these things and grab them if you can get it. I'm going to put it down a minute because it's heavy. It is amazing for protection. You should have it in your home. It protects, it transmutes, it's great for pain relief, it grounds you. I have it in my... This sphere is currently in my bedroom, but it moves around the house depending what work I'm doing and how I want to use it at the time. I love it. I would have like 1,000 of them if I could, but a lot of the black tourmaline you're seeing will actually peel and break apart, and they can't make spheres out of that grade of tourmaline. So if you see one, buy it, buy it, buy it. If you want me to try and bring one to the shop, I can speak to a couple of my suppliers and see if they can get me some for next time I go down there. But if you see one anywhere, you're out, grab it. Now this sits on this, which is something I can get for the shop. This is a Shungite sphere holder. Now Shungite is very protective. It's great if you're someone who suffers with negative thoughts and feelings. It's highly cleansing and clearing, and it helps with transmuting and protecting you from EMF. So if you have Wi-Fi, even if you don't have Wi-Fi, your neighbors probably have Wi-Fi, using a mobile phone, you have phone wires and stuff around you, this is what you want in your house. I have this in my bedroom. I actually have another pyramid of this in my bedroom as well, because it helps us sleep better, because we're surrounded by houses that all have Wi-Fi. You only have to look on your computer to see a list of who's around you. It's all over the house. This is brilliant stuff. So this with the black tourmaline is like the powerhouse. So that's a huge favourite of mine. Now let's come away from spheres a minute. You will have seen this piece in my super, like, oh god, that video has had like, I think it's up to something close to 80,000 views now. It's my most popular video, and it's like the first one on the channel that I did 2 years ago, I think, when I wasn't really doing YouTube, a long time ago. And I just did it for people who shopped through the store so that they could have a reference on how to use their stones. And I look at it and I'm like, this is just very embarrassing. It's one of those things where like, oh, I want to refilm it. How do you feel? Do you think I should refilm that video or do an updated version of that video, or should I just leave it there? Let me know in the comments down below. This is a humongous natural point. We spoke about that in group as well. This is natural. This is not polished at all. How it came out of the earth. This was part of a huge cluster. This is Himalayan Quartz. And I use this piece magically. So this is what goes into my big bowl, which I'm sure many of you have seen because you're on my other social medias. It's like this big, and I make all the herb mixes and the salts and everything for the store. This goes in to charge them up and to magnify them. I use this in my own workings whenever I need to magnify anything. Love this piece. I got it super cheap because the vendor did not know what they had. I think I paid like £15 for this. That's like, you cannot get this for £15. That's like, so look out for those sort of things, you know, keep an eye out. Next is my garnet. I have several of these. This is polished. They have polished the sides, but this is how it grows. This is its natural form. They come out the ground like this. So if you get an unpolished piece, it will still look exactly like this. It just won't be polished up. Some actually come out the ground pretty nicely polished as well. I use this for gentle grounding and stability mostly. So I keep it on that kind of small altar area there. Usually whatever's on there is what I'm working with at the time, particularly in journey and meditation work. I went cross-eyed then. I was like, where am I looking? So on there I will keep tools like for journeying, for amplifying the journey, and for grounding and stabilizing back after if I'm doing really intense work. This is something I take in with me. Then we have a generator. This is my self-healed, as you can see there, rose quartz generator. Something else to look out for when you are buying crystals is self-heal, which is these. And it's basically where when the crystal was growing, pressure in the earth, it may have been another crystal coming up, it may have been water pressure, air pressure, all sorts of different heat and things like that, disrupted the growth of the crystal and cracked it. The crystal then went on to carry on growing and to form over that and heal itself. So anything that's self-healed like this will help heal you in whatever areas that this stone naturally works with. So this is a beautiful piece. It goes in the middle of my grids, and I also use it as a standalone piece for workings on an altar or in a ritual, for example. So that's my rose quartz generator. My other generator that I'm going to show you today. This is my healing generator. So the green you can see through there. I don't know how well the actual colour's picking up, but that's here. I can show it to you closer. There we are. That is chlorite. Now, quartz included with chlorite is a master healer for any kind of healing, particularly physical. So I use this in my healing grids, on my healing altars. This was a gift from a friend because I'd wanted one for ages with chlorite in. It also has iron included on the top. Just there, that dark patch is iron, which makes it even more healing and adds some grounding. So this is a real favourite of mine. I love this piece. On to another piece that I love. There's not enough loves for this piece. This is my Smoky Quartz sphere. Now you can see there is a pyramid, and that is a rainbow. You see the rainbow there? Look at that. And that is a full-fledged pyramid in the middle of this Smoky Quartz sphere. It is absolutely crazy town. Now, I have done some real deep work with this piece. This piece is amazing. Its energy is incredible. It's another gift actually from the same person that gave me the generator. Now, Smoky Quartz transmutes anything negative. So negative thoughts, negative feelings, anger, negativity within you, also negativity being sent or thrown at you from someone else. So this can be used in so many ways. Spheres this size are super easy because you just have to hold on to them. Yesterday, it was an unfortunate set of circumstances where I had to be around some positively toxic people that I would not normally put myself in that position. They upset me. So I was very upset and very angry when I came home. I grabbed this. I sat with it on the sofa for an hour, just holding on to it in my hand. I actually had this, which we'll talk about in a moment, with me as well. And it just sapped it out of me. I felt so much better and was able to go to bed because it was quite late at night when we got back. You cannot beat Smoky Quartz. You don't want irradiated, you want natural, but it is just incredible. So when you find the piece for you, grab hold of it because it is immense. So that is my Smoky Quartz. Which brings us on to this, which is fluorite. This is a fluorite channeling stone. Some people call it a psychic stone. Some people call it a seer stone. It has many different, it's the cut, it's not the actual stone. So it's got a flat back here, and then it's been cut all around here. So it's basically made to be able to sit on you. Now, having fluorite is a really powerful form of this cut because fluorite first is very good for headaches and migraines. I had a headache last night, so I came home, I held it to my head, and then when I'd done with that, I just held it in my hand. They're very tactile, they're easy to carry, they're great. But it's also the stone of your life's purpose in this lifetime and connecting in with your guides, your life path, working with your ancestors, healing all of that. It's great for physical healing, and it is a great stone for opening up your third eye and psychic side of things. So before a tarot reading, I like to use this over my third eye. I like to use it before working with my students or doing any type of teaching, and if I'm going to do journey work. So this is a really, it's small, but this is a really big, if you like, part of my crystal toolkit. And because of those properties, I also have a sphere in it. I'm very tempted. Have you seen the slice on the website? Now you can see here the colours. There's some kind of really faint blue in there, but it's mostly purple and green. You hardly ever, this piece here is green and purple, and it has some rainbows in there as well. You see the rainbows there? Beautiful. You hardly ever see bright blue in this, and there's a flat charging plate in the shop of this. So tempted to keep it, and it's sitting there, and I'm like, I hope I'm not keeping it sitting there because everything else is selling around it, and it's just sitting there in the middle, and I'm like, you can't keep it, you can't keep it. I have enough fluorite to be working with, but it is so incredible. I always have it on my guides and ancestors altar. It comes into journeys involving my guides and ancestors, life path work, path working on a whole. You would want to use fluorite. So that's my fluorite. Next is my SuperSeven, which is a mix of 7 minerals in a quartz base. It can sometimes be completely almost looking black. If you, I don't think I can, oh, I kind of can. Yeah, with the light, you see how like it's almost clear there. I don't think I can get you to show. No, you can kind of see the other minerals in there, the mineral deposits. But there's 7 minerals in here, and SuperSeven is for healing and really powerful protection. And if you have something you're trying to shift, that could be health wise, it could be a blockage, something like that. SuperSeven is really, really potent for that. I chose this piece because of this dip here, because my thumb fits into that dip and I can really easily hold it during journey work, during magical work. You can use this piece as a wand because it has natural points and apexes at the top. So this is a really beautiful piece, and using a loupe, you can actually see all the different minerals of the SuperSeven in there. That's something, if you like crystals, you might want to get. You can get them off Amazon. You want at least a 10 times magnification. I don't know if it's called, it's not called a loupe, so I'm assuming it is called a loupe. That's what I've been calling it. If it's not, I just look like an idiot, but never mind. You can get one really cheap on Amazon and get a 10 times magnification at least, and look in your crystals and you'll be surprised what's in there that you have never ever seen. It's very exciting. I'm very excited about it. This is my obsidian, well, one piece of it. The heart is natural. They have just made sure that they carved it and polished it in a certain way to bring the heart out. It is 100% natural. And obsidian is volcanic glass, so it's technically not a gemstone. So this is really protective. It's great if you want to make huge change in your life, if you're ready for huge change and leaving things behind. This is a great partnership stone. As we come into Samhain, this is a great stone to work with your ancestors and to have on that altar. So there's that. Next is my Sugilite. Now these are my Sugilite. See it's the purple there. Sugilite is purple, blue and a pinky purple colour. Sometimes in this colour. The black is magnesite, which grows with it. It is extremely expensive. You may have seen me in some of my videos wearing my Sugilite ring. It's like a square. Very expensive. It is a very prized stone and there's a ton of dyed. If you see really bright cerise beads with little veins through them on eBay and Etsy and stuff like that, jewelry looking like that, it is dyed other stones. It's not Sugilite. Sugilite demands a very high price. There's not tons and tons of it. The more purpley colour you have or blue, the higher quality the piece is. A tumble stone like this size will set you back at least £15. However, they are really powerful stones. These are what would be classed as high vibration stones. If you go and look up high vibration stone lists, you will see Sugilite on there. It takes healing to the next level, particularly for diseases such as endometriosis, MS, anything to do with the nervous system. They are really potent for that kind of healing work. So they're worth the investment, I think, to work with any kind of autoimmune disease, any kind of nervous system diseases. They're also super duper protective, so you can carry them in your pocket. Tumble stones are actually a good way to get this. A tiny sphere, and when I say tiny, I'm talking not even that big. A sphere of Sugilite this big will set you back over £100. Very expensive. So something to aspire to. I aspire to a sphere. I mean, come on, you've seen I have spheres. I love spheres. You can't really have enough spheres. Well, so I say. Not so everyone. Next, oh, this piece it's sharp. This is a sharp piece. It can get you. Okay, so this is apophyllite, which is the sharp white crystals, or clear crystals I should say, on top. And then hang on, over here you can see stilbite, which again, if you're in the closed group, you'll have heard me talk about already. And then that's on blue chalcedony, which is the teeny tiny blue crystals. It's on its matrix at the back. And this is your journey stone. I take that into journey with me. It helps you come out of this everyday that we're in your physical body, in your physical space, and transcend that to go into a really deep journey. It is just the tool to have if you want to have a really deep next level journey experience. Then I can't recommend apophyllite enough. Next is my green moss agate. Now this is a flat sided cabochon type thing. You can use these to make jewelry. I think that's what this is designed for. But I actually got it because, again, it can be, oh, sorry, Mike. It can be laid on the body. And this is obviously my larger piece. I cannot have enough green moss agate. I have a box of it. I'm not going to lie. I have a box of tumblestones and pieces of green moss agate. I grid with them. I put them around the house. When it gets to cold and flu season, you need to make sure you have this on you 24/7. If you get a cold or flu, put it in your bath. You want to make elixirs from this, go for it. It will help any acute ailments like colds and flus go so much quicker. It is immense. It's also great for connecting with Gaia energy and earth energy. It's just incredible. I love it. I can't get enough of it. I want a ring. I have a lot of rings, but I still want a ring. Do not have a green moss agate ring or a bloodstone ring. They are on my list. I cannot find a black tourmaline ring anywhere that is of good quality. So very disappointed. If you know somewhere, let me know. But yeah, green moss agate, love it. If you want a reasonably priced healing stone, this would be one. And let's see how I'm gonna have to swish things around a minute so I can get this one out, because this is another heifer. Oh my god, this weighs so much. I can't even tell you how much Labradorite weighs. If you've never picked up a big slab of Labradorite, next time you're in a shop, just do it, because it's bloody heavy and it's something to experience. This is my Labradorite. Look at her. Hello, hello, hello. And this is, hang on, we're going down and up. This is the back. Like so. Now this piece, oh, look at that. I got at a gem show, a trade show, because super duper expensive. I got this piece at a trade show a long time ago. The price now, even at trade, would be way, way more. I think we paid like 50 quid. That's just not even a thing. But flat based, this is what I will use for my new moon workings. Set your intentions with. If you want something to put on your altar to amp up your magics, then Labradorite is a great one for that. It again is a protective stone. It helps with psychic abilities. It's great to have about if you're doing pendulum work or tarot work. Awesome stone. And I think last but not least for today, I'm going to give you a peek of this, but I'm not going to tell you all about it. When I went, when was it now? Was it last weekend or the weekend before, to get the crystals for the shop? There was this piece and it was sitting on the side, and I picked it up and they label everything in there, and I was looking at it and I was like, yeah, you know what you got there. And I just thought to myself, this is really, really gorgeous. I'm not sure if it's going to be staying with me. Technically it is for sale, but I've not shown it to anyone and I've not given anyone a price because I don't know if it's for sale. If the right person came along, maybe, but you know, I'm not sure. I'd think about that. So this is a celestial skeletal smoky quartz. Now, the reason I bought this is as a teaching piece. Now, there is a hell of a lot more happening in here than it being celestial and skeletal and a piece of smoky quartz. There is so much in here. It is absolutely stunning. It is in hydro. I'm going to do a proper video dedicated to this crystal where I'm going to take you through inclusions, different things on crystals, growth patterns and all sorts, because this has it all. Like I say, it is in hydro. It has a huge bubble of water which moves very clearly. Above it, it has a smaller bubble of water that moves as well. The big one is insanely impressive. I mean, I love it. It's incredible. I've never seen anything quite like it with as much going on as this. Celestials are the oldest type of quartz that we have on the earth or in the earth. So this has been in the earth for thousands of years. It is ancient, it is wisdom, it is everything. This is everything. This is everything. Absolutely everything. But I want to give you like a sneaky peek of this, and because it's so far from the camera, it's not going to pick up any of what I'm going to show you. I'm going to have this set up very specially, this on a backlight, so you'll be able to see absolutely everything. But I had to show you because this is just everything. So yeah, so that is some of my crystal collection that I'm always working with, and how I work with it, because that's one of the biggest things I get is how do I work with the crystals? I've bought the crystals, what do I do? And it doesn't have to be majorly complicated. I don't, short of things for journey work and the Labradorite for intentions and stuff, the pieces that are in my home like the Fluorite Sphere, I don't actually program those. They have their own thing that they are doing. They're cleared regularly, they're charged regularly, and especially the spheres, they're sending out their energy in all directions. They're doing their own thing, they're set in place, and it's a great way to work with stones. The last thing I'm going to show you before we go, just because I just can't resist. I have been working on the September subscription boxes, and Holistic Witch, I'm sorry, is completely sold out. Many people have messaged me saying, can you do more of them? We're sold out. It's sold out within the first week of it going live. There is no more. I have restocked the Bast box after that sold out, so you can still get that, because it was early enough on that I could make more of the oils and things, and the oil is now completely made because it had to be charged under the full moon and done this weekend, just gone. So once these sell out, there are no more. But here is the oil. So I'm going to show you the back. This is it still. So you can see the silver sparkle in there. It's 100% natural, by the way. This is pure essential oils. Even the silver in there is completely natural. And there's nothing synthetic. Then, let me hold on to the charm. I'll show you the front in a minute, but give her a shake. And this is what she looks like after. It's literally like the moon is in the bottle. And this has been charged under the full moon. This has been worked with under the full moon. This has been on the, well, is still on the Bast altar, where it will be until this goes out on the 15th of September. It is incredible. On the front is a little cat charm. You can see there. And the labels, you can't really see in detail because they're small, but that is the multi-layered channel symbol for this ritual, which you will get a big size of, and you'll be able to find all the different symbols related to that in there. So I couldn't resist showing you that because I love this oil. I think I love it even more than the Sekhmet. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to choose between the two. I have one of each on my altar that I am already working with. I just love it. Love, 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 love. So that's that. Just wanted to show you because I just like the sparkle of it. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I will be back on Friday for Wisdom from the Cauldron. Have a wonderful day. Blessed be.